following is a WeTV sports production.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Forest Glade Arena. Mark Knight along with Jim Bell once again here on WeTV for some Windsor Clippers lacrosse. This is Game 4, a must-win for Windsor. Let's have a look at what happened in Game 3. They go into Orangeville, and they kind of hold their own, but they lose by 1 point. Jim, you were there.
Yes, we had a couple lapses in the game a little bit, so we came back to a 7-7 tie, and with 4 minutes left in the game, they kind of put one in. The hot stick right now has been Patrick Koschuk. He scored 3 goals, and he was just on fire last game. And you know what? Both goalies played super well, and it was just one of those games. But it did get very chippy, so I expected it might get chippy tonight. It got chippy because these guys realize what's at stake, right?
Well, I talked to Coach Codd before the game, and he said Patrick Koschuk, he is the player that he's most concerned with on the Windsor Clippers.
And he's a 1998 birthday. He's only 18 years old, so he's got 3 years left in whatever league he wants to play in.
Coach Kavanaugh, he's more concerned about Riley Thompson and Shane Hillis. He thought they played a great game here in Game 2. Yep. But it took Windsor to overtime here at home to beat Orangeville. And Orangeville now 9-2 and 8-7. They're up 2-1. This is a must-win for Windsor.
Big time. Yeah, you know what? Do or die. This is Game 4. We want to force a Game 5 and on Tuesday night back in Orangeville and see how it goes.
Let's have a look at the starting goaltender. Starting in goal, of course, Rylan Hartley. 10 games played, 571 minutes, 47 goals against with a 4.94. He's kind of hiding behind the net there. And for the Clippers, of course, Braden Bell, 12 games played and a 7-5 record and a 6.12 goals against average. He's going to shut the door tonight. He's going to make sure that he's a little bit better than Rylan Hartley, the MVP for the league.
He does. He has to step up a little bit. Both those clips there, Jacob Cora was in net for Windsor, and Daniel Tanner was in net for Orangeville. But anyway, yes, both starting goalies. They're both 1998 birthdays, like we said before, so they're 18 years old. They're both up-and-comers in this league, and right now Rylan Hartley is actually setting that bar, and that's what everybody wants to achieve.
Well, Coach Codd said he wants a good start from his boys, and he wants to keep the crowd out of it because last game, if you remember, it got really noisy in here.
And the biggest thing that Jerry Kavanaugh says, we got to start fast because Orangeville really starts fast. We got to match their intensity in the first period because we can wear them down throughout the whole game. So we got to match them in the first period and jump on them.
And he says, obviously, they need to score more.
Yep. Oh, obviously. Obviously.
Goes without saying, we're glad everybody's here. The crowd is just lightning tonight. They're just ready to go.
There's Lloyd Land standing there. He's the head coach of the intermediate girls. Look at him sitting there in the black shirt.
We're glad you're joining us here on we-tv.ca for Windsor Clippers Lacrosse. We've got an anthem and a start of the game. Stay with us, folks. Welcome back to Forest Glade Arena. There you just saw the crowd, and they are going to be a force tonight, Jim.
They were singing the national anthem, as was Orangeville in front of us. It was pretty impressive.
And there you see the Clippers bench. They're set to go, getting all strapped in.
Our officials for tonight is Johnny Sutcliffe and Neil McDonald. Same referees we had in game 2 back here. So
I thought they did a good job.
Yes, they did. Yep. Neil McDonald right there. He's going to be the crew chief today. He's going to take the face-off, draw a ball in center, and we're ready to go for game 4, boys and girls.
Austin Thompson is set for Ty Mikulik.
Those two got into a little bit of a Donnybrook there, a little bit of a scrap last game, which is quite interesting. So it's very key to get them loose balls, and we got the first loose ball.
All right, there we go.
And we are off. Remember, Jerry said in the first one, we got to match them, we got to get up a lead, we got to attack them with everything we can. We got to start fast.
Clippers quick in. Nice feed there by Logan Holmes. Looking for a little down low shot. Ryland Hartley makes the save there. Another one up over top, and Hartley again. 2 quick shots, 2 big saves.
Chase Cavanaugh trying to get that ball in there. They're trying to get Ryland to move, right? He's a smaller goaltender, so he's very jumpy. We call it happy feet. A couple double moves, like we said last game. You got to get in tight, but the defense they play is unique.
Picking the Northmen into the Clipper zone. Quick pass around. Kyle Waters. He shovels it off. Back to the point.
Peter Hunt, they got a defensive guy in the offensive zone there to try to help with support, right? If you notice that the Orangeville will try to do double seals and will come across the top, try to free that guy up in that neutrals, that perfect zone to shoot at. They're a very fast team. And if Windsor Clippers jump it, then they slip that pick like we mentioned before. You'll see it, it'll really pan out. Watch for some double picks and double seals.
Some early chopping there in the far corner. As the Northmen come back in, shot wide of the net.
It didn't miss by much.
Big bounce up and all the way back down the other end. Maybe it blew on the post as it went by. A little bit of an upset there. Referee's got his hand in the air. We got a holding call.
Yep, that's what happens every time they push in there. Yep. So Stevie Jaworski's going to get the penalty for holding. Whenever Orangeville forces down like that, you're kind of forced to take your hand off the stick. And as soon as you do, the referees, it's an easy call. As a ref, it's an easy call.
Well, the referee's going to set the bar early here and just make sure that things stay down. Game 4, always an important game. This is a pivotal game for both teams. Windsor gets a chance to play one more, and Orangeville gets a chance to meet the Clarington Green Gales, who won earlier today by a score of 8-4 against Oakville.
Yeah, they moved on. They beat the Buzz out in game 5 deciding, but so it's very tough, but we'll see who gets to meet them.
We'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. Little tough for the ball. Windsor comes up with it.
David Flavo.
Digging hard on the near boards. Through the line.
I'm not too
Makes
sure.
Makes his way into the corner. Clippers break out front.
There's our hot stick right there. Patrick Koschuk. 7 goals in 2 games.
He's got Logan Holmes with him. Andrew Grant.
Remember before we talked about the fact that both these teams kill off penalties so well? Orangeville is so good at that. Johnny Sutcliffe's calling an interference call on that one. It actually should have been a trip. He didn't want to call a penalty because the referees don't want to interject and make the deciding game, right? They don't want to add to it. They just want to let the players decide it.
And let's hope that happens tonight. Windsor moving the ball up. Gets dumped. Wholesale line change. Forwards back on the line for the Orangeville Northmen.
50 seconds remaining in the penalty.
Looking for that first shot on net. Turn the power play. Big shot.
Right in the neck.
Braden Bell with a big stick. Throws it up. Not cleanly. He takes an odd bounce. Kashuk can't quite get to it. It goes up into the netting. And we got a possession change.
He's very nervous about throwing more of a frozen rope because it gets picked off, right? So he just kind of lobbed it. Too many men. On offense, too many men is a loss of possession. On defense, too many men is a penalty. So right there, Orangeville with a loss of possession because they had too many men on the floor.
Logan Holmes. Kashuk now looking for a pass.
They're slowing things down. We got 10 seconds left in the penalty.
Eat this clock up. Wow, the Northmen only managed 1 shot on net here on this power play early in the game. No score yet.
That's key. You know what? It's one of those cliches. You got to match the intensity, but I mean, you got to match the intensity.
Something Oakville was not able to do earlier. They were 0 for 6 against Clarington earlier today. And that may have been their downfall, being up 3 goals to start the game.
Well, special teams is key in any sport, right?
Here's a good run here by number 4. Left alone in the crease. Peter Hunt tried really hard to get that through, but big Braden Bell stood his ground, made the save. Clippers back the other way. Quickly in the zone. Chase Kavanaugh. Dumps it back, gets it back.
Noah Bushnell with it was a healthy scratch the first 2 games of the series. First 3 games of the series.
Craig Marentet and Evan Mahalik are not in. Bushy's back in the game, and that's going to be a big insert for the Windsor Clippers.
Well, Noah will generate some open stuff on the right side and free up some space, right? Because he's a large body and he likes to throw it around, right? So we're trying to mix things up a little bit to see what happens. Right now, you got to throw everything in the pot and see what comes out at the end, right?
Clippers doing what they do best, keeping the Northmen outside, not giving them much opportunity to shoot the ball.
And that's
key. Fortuitous bounce comes back in the Clipper stick, and Phil Rostowski.
I had an opportunity, I'll talk some more about it, but I had an opportunity to attend practice yesterday, so I talked to a lot of the players about today's game, and that's the number one thing they talked about is matching the intensity early and maintaining it.
Kaschak with the ball. He goes in, stutter steps, gets the shot off the blocker, another one wide of the net, back out and all the way down it goes. Chase Kavanaugh back to get it. Throws it up, he goes for a change.
The shot clock violation, right? We got to generate some shots, at least hit the net. And like game 3, we did a lot of logo hunting. We kind of beat the snot out of that Viking on the front of their head, Northman. Horns up, they say. Well, we kind of worked it in with some shots, so we got to mix up our shots a wee bit.
Mike Sutton in the zone, trying to get the shot up and over. Big save there by Braden Bell. Sutton back with the ball.
Orangeville's so quick. We got to really jump on them loose balls, right, for the rebounds. Another save.
A little bit of a missed check and a missed cue there by the Clippers.
Crowd's into it already too, and that's what Bruce Codd wanted to get the crowd out of it, right?
Here's Andrew Garant. Working in the corner. He drops it back. Looking for the give and go.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
Braden Bell playing way out.
Yeah, trying to come up with that ball, trying to get the pass.
Trying to get a fast break going. It wasn't able to get his stick on it.
Not too sure why we forced it down the floor like that with 10 seconds left on the shot clock, but at the same time, we got to maintain control in the offensive zone.
Northman, shot wide. Braden Bell puts the stick out, comes out with the ball.
Liam LeClaire dishes it off as the offense comes out. Chase Kavanaugh with the ball.
Kavanaugh in across the line. Steps into the slot. That goes off of Kaschak's back and into the corner. Big shot there. Rylan Hartley makes the save. Steers it back out front. Digging for it. Can't seem to get a stick on it. 5 in there and a big chop. And
oh, I don't know about that. Neil McDonald had the first call on the slash on Bush that knocked him down, and then Logan knocks the guy down, so he goes the other way. That was a really bad call, actually. Oh, to talk to Neil. If you notice, they go into picks every single time. Both teams come in with their sticks high. You notice people's heads popping up and their chins popping up and masks coming off.
10 seconds on the clock. Northman looking to capitalize here. Josh Jubenville shovels it into the corner, goes back and picks up his own rebound. Makes his way down the floor.
We got away with that interference call there, so now we're even. We got the ball back. So
little shuffle across as the offense comes on.
You almost got to change your stick level and your shot speed when you're shooting on Rylan because he's that capable of tracking the ball. So change the angle of your shots.
Logan Holmes working his way down low. Gets the shot away.
See, that kind of stuff right there, you can't go back to individualize. You know, you got to move the ball around.
One man back for the Clippers. Thwarted the fast break. As the Northmen reset.
8 minutes gone in the first period. It's been a pretty entertaining game thus far.
One penalty, only a couple of stoppages. Each team looking for their first goal. Want to be the first one to get on the score sheet. There's a quick shot. Nice save by Braden Bell. Used the Clipper as a screen. He reached around him, but he put it right in the bread basket. And Braden Bell's got a lot of bread in there, so
oh yeah,
lots to save. Patrick Kaschak down the line. Looking for the pass. Quick shot by Logan Holmes. Rylan Hartley with a big save and keeps the rebound, stops the play. Flips it up to the D, and back the other way come the Northmen. Mike Sutton dishes off. Tries to get down low.
As a goaltender, I'll tell you, it's so difficult when they come across the top like that. That's what that double seal creates, a guy to come right across the sweet spot. You can go far side, short side, you can mix it up. It really messes with the goalie.
Logan Holmes in the zone.
All you young players out there, remember, you shoot overhand. Straight overhand to be a perfect shot. Goaltenders can read behind low shots and sub shots and underhand shots.
Trying to reach, Patrick Kaschuk shovels it down. I think that may have hit somebody on the Northman bench.
Both teams are doing really well on defense, trying to kill the 30s, right? Both offenses are really struggling to get some, generate some offense. That 30-second clock, it's almost like the big tick, tick, tick from $1,000 or $1 million pyramid or whatever it's called. That clock messes with your mind. So.
Another big save there, Braden Bell. 5 or 6 good saves. Scoring opportunities for the Northmen. I don't know that Windsor's had much more than maybe 1 or 2.
That's right.
But the Northmen seem to get to the zone and get the shot where,
yep,
there's a goal. Andrew Durant, quick hop in the crease, beats Rylan Hartley.
The biggest thing about Ham's shots, Andrew Durant, it's almost like a misconception or misdirection when he shoots the ball. He's aiming left and it's going right. So
there's the crowd really enjoying it here at Forest Lake Arena. The Clippers are on the board quickly, right at the 10-minute mark.
Yep.
Here's the replay coming in. Andrew Durant with a good shot. Little quick hop, and Rylan Hartley can't quite get the glove down.
It's funny, we've talked every single game we've been on live is the fact that we need to get double moves. That's just a simple shot from outside that beat Rylan, right?
You're not going to get those too often, so you take those when you can.
And that's what the coaching staff talked yesterday at practice about, is stemming the tide of Orangeville. If this was 4 quarters, Windsor would win every game because we can outrun teams, we can out-physical teams. It's early that we get struggled. In Orangeville, we haven't won one first period in this whole series yet.
Well, 9 minutes, 30 seconds to go, and that still is yet to be decided, and we'll see what's going on, but they give themselves a good opportunity scoring first here at Forest Lake Arena on WeTV. Windsor Clippers lacrosse, and they have the ball. Josh Jubenville. Looking for somewhere to go, heading to the bench.
So that goal is twofold. We get the goal, we get the first one on the board, we get the crowd into it, which is also something Bruce didn't want Orangeville to have to deal with.
Yeah, Bruce Codd said, yeah, we want to keep the crowd out of it, but this a boisterous crowd, and they're going to let you know, Bruce.
One of the things about Patrick Koschuk right there, Patch, he really keeps his stick close to his body when he shoots, so the different trajectory when he takes a shot.
Took a couple of hacks there as he dumped it into the corner, and the Northmen regain possession.
It's Ben Mercy, number 6 there, was hacking with Ham, Andrew Garant. So again, playoff lacrosse, so the referees are going to watch that and allow most of it to go.
Nice chop there. Just he was making it for the crease.
Kyle Water trying that dive shot, trying to go low on Bell.
He had one of them in game 2, and Bell wasn't going to let anything happen like that again.
I think he got one in game 3, to be honest with you.
Quick break in, number 24. Does a little bounce pass through the crease, unable to direct it towards the net. Another big shot, Braden Bell. Nice save. As the Northmen knock it back to the point.
One of the reasons they brought Braden in here this year is the fact that they wanted a goaltender that can match, and the goaltender is going to be solid. So he has yet to prove that, but I think he's on the direction going up.
Well, as we said at the top of the show, he needs to get his numbers down somewhere below 6 if they want to move on, and he's doing that thus far. 7 minutes, 42 seconds to go here in the first period at Forest Lane Arena. The Clippers are up 1-0, and the Northmen with a nice big shot there. Going in, trying to reach, but couldn't step in the black paint and left it alone.
Interference call also on the shot, so that was going to be a turnover anyway. I think we're matching them a little bit, and I think we're outrunning them. I know that they've outshot us a bit, but I think that obviously ours is number 1 for going in the net, but.
A little bit of a deflection. We got a foot race. Patrick Kaschuk in there playing D, dumping it across. Number 15 gets a big shot there. That's Cameron Spencer. But he was rushed and wasn't able to get that up and over the shoulder of Braden Bell.
But the frustrating part about that, Mark, is the fact that we're dropping the ball in the offensive end of the zone, so we got a odd man rush going the other way. So we can't have that. That's not going to help us move on, right? It's not going to help us in this game at all.
Kudos to Patrick Kaschak for getting back and disturbing that fast break, but another little double up and over. A double shot, double pump there by Riley Thompson, and he goes over left shoulder and dumps it over right shoulder past Braden Bell.
So you can dial that all the way back to the offensive possession where they lost the ball going back down there. Orangeville gets the ball. Orangeville drives the crease low and beats the guy across the top.
Here's a replay. You can see that double pump as he tries to go over one shoulder and then dumps it into the other shoulder.
Here's a save on the first and initial one. So they maintain the ball. This is off that drop by the offense. So Orangeville gets the ball back and they start moving it back down deep. He comes across the top and nothing you can do. Honestly, as a goaltender, nothing you can do. 1-1.
Well, we saw this in game 2. When Windsor scored, Orangeville scored right away. So we have to find a way to get number 2 early if you're a Clippers fan. Orangeville looking just to keep the pace and outlast the Clippers. 6:25 to go here in the first period. We're all tied up. Orangeville with the ball. Back out to the point. Dumps it into the corner.
If you notice, you can hear the bench yell, out, out, out. Barry Garant, the defensive coach. At about 10 seconds, he wants the guys to go out, out. So force the guy. Get on your guy. Even if you have the ball, you got to force the ball to make them make that decision because you know they're setting up for a shot.
Logan Holmes in the zone. Dumps it in the corner. Hands it back to Dylan Riley. Holmes, correction, make that Chase Cavanaugh once again with the ball. Cavanaugh back in to get his own rebound. He's in the corner coming out. Nice run. Good shot.
That dive shot, right?
Yep.
So, again, everyone's got to just take a deep breath and relax. It's only 1-1.
Way to get horizontal there, Chase, with a good shot, but Rylan Hartley was a better man on that little matchup. Back in the zone.
Interference call on Orangeville. See, the referees are not, they're going to do their best not to call penalties in this game. As of right there, that's been 2 possession calls that they just animately just said, go, no penalty. Neil's funny to watch, too. He likes to get right into stuff.
Logan Holmes back in, drops back to Kaschak. Kaschak tries to shoot down low, couldn't get it through the bodies in front of the net. Kaschak once again in the foot race, comes up with the ball.
7 seconds of the shot clock. Patch is going to roll the ball down the wall. There we go for the possession change.
Shovels it down.
Orangeville can start deep in their own zone for this possession with 5 minutes to go in the first period.
Still tied at 1. Looking for the go-ahead goal, Orangeville with the ball.
If you want to watch off ball too, Mark, I know people at home can take an eye. Just watch off ball. You can see the movement that both teams are trying to generate. And all the off-ball movements causes up. There's an interference call, cross-check down, right? Those are the stuff you're going to cause and stuff you're going to gain from.
Well, when you keep moving, they've got to play you, and then that's going to cause them to draw away.
And if they don't, it's just like a tired person in hockey, right?
Yeah.
He's going to pull you down. He's going to trip you. Another call. I think Neil McDonald's going to get quite the workout tonight. I think referees should use segues. Just go up and down the floor.
Been on one of those things?
No,
Not
I'd
me
probably
either.
kill myself.
I probably would as well. Northman being pushed back. Shovels it over to Grayson Houghton.
5 on the shot clock.
Puts it into the stick of Mike Sutton. Bounces it through the crease. Possession change. Back to Windsor.
See, once that shot clock is down under 10 seconds, everybody starts to panic, right? So defense is going to force, and offense is going to force, and you're going to get the odd man situations.
Logan Holmes back on the floor. Coming in looking for the setup.
Well, this is something we didn't need, and that's exactly what they talked about prior to putting him in the lineup. We didn't need penalties. So I'm not sure what the call is. Slash.
Bushnell with a slash.
Which was totally uncalled for because the ball wasn't even in the zone yet.
Wasn't even in the zone yet. Logan Holmes was way deep. And Bushy's going to sit 2 or less.
He's going to put his hands out every single time he does that. Like what? Me? Yeah, you. Get in the box. That wasn't even around the ball. That's the stuff we got to get away from. Coaching staff's not too happy.
Yeah, you can see the body language there in the coaching staff for the Windsor Clippers. As the Northmen are allowed to move around. Force the play and close the box.
There's that reset again off the goaltender and out of bounds, right? So it gives them a fresh 30.
Tight box for the Clippers as the Northmen just move in. Braden Bell with a big save there. Clippers come up with the ball. Liam LeClaire shovels it out. It's picked off by the Northmen.
Remember, you got 10 seconds to get up over the little skinny white line on this side, so I'm not too sure why he flipped that pass. Liam LeClaire can run, so use your feet and move. Can't give the ball right back to this offense. Not in a game 4 situation.
As the Northmen move the ball around the outside. Looking for that lane. A little bit of a miscue there. Number 22, number 24, Jerry Kavanaugh says those are the 2 players on the Northmen he's most concerned about. And they're on the power play.
Dare I say the first time we've ever seen a real true Clipper cheerleader, and that would be number 16 in the box right now. He's really rooting for this team to pull this off. He doesn't want anything to do with his name being on the score sheet for the wrong reasons.
47 seconds to go. And the power play for the Northmen, and the Clippers have the ball. Stick check. Lose possession. It's bouncing around. Clippers come up with it.
Oh.
Almost crease violation, and they couldn't fall fast enough.
Marchand just flicked that ball towards Ryland, and he kind of didn't know where it was. Remember, that ball can bounce wherever it wants to go, and it has eyes. Same as pucks.
Saw the black paint hit the brakes and tried to direct it in the direction that he wanted.
Yes, sir. 20 seconds to go in Bush's penalty.
Oh, off the back of David Palavo.
Defense is going to soak some shots like that.
Big shot, and beats
there we go.
Braden Bell.
6 seconds left in Bush's penalty, and there we go. We got our first odd man situation, and we got a power play. So that's exactly what the coaching staff spoke yesterday about. But you know what? Still lots of game to go. It's lacrosse, right? Couple shots.
See a coach shot at Bruce Cotton and his troops as they realize it's not just a couple little whacks and cheer on the boys. It's 2-1 with 1:54 to go here at Forest Lake Arena. Another face-off. Won by Austin Thompson. Upended in the corner. Up with the ball is Kyle Stavely.
Yeah, interference on Orangeville. We're going the other way. Here comes the offensive troops again. Let's see how long Bushy's back on the floor. Let's see if he can make up for what he just did wrong. There you go.
Big shot, there it is. Just like that, you called it.
Yep. That he just made up for everything he did, but at the same time, he wants to prove he wants floor time from the coach. So he went out there and did that. I'll be very surprised if he gets any bad penalties the next little bit of the game. So there you go.
There you see the crowd enjoying it now. The game's tied at 2, 1:28 to go.
I don't take anything back that we said about him. That was a dumb penalty to take, and it could be 2-1 for Windsor right now.
Well, we've all made bad decisions.
Oh, yeah.
And, he's realized his bad decision and came out with a big shot and made it happen. Here comes a replay. Noah Bushnell as he stuffs it in.
Here we go. The replay was way back in there.
Coming out. A little bit of a miscue there in the replay, but we'll get it for you a little bit. 1:14 to go. Northman with the ball. Quick break. Up around. Saved there by Braden Bell.
Possession going to be for Windsor.
New 30, 1:05 to go. Windsor working. Need to be cognizant of the clock here. They want to be able to double up this 30. There's a deflection up into the corner and Northman ball. Windsor wants to get this back.
They're trying to really rattle Ryland a little bit. Hartley, they're trying to mix up their shots high and low. If you get him thinking high, he's going to stay high, right? Because he is a shorter goaltender. We used to hit them right between the screws, right in the forehead, to a little rattle them a little bit. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Sutton's with the ball.
And that's when you run by him and do that and say, welcome to Windsor.
Oh, yeah.
That's mean lacrosse, but it happens. Quick shot there. Up and over the shoulder, high of the net in the corner. Clippers, new clock. They can run this out, 18 seconds to go. Work their way down, get up, set up for the shot.
With 10 seconds left in the first period.
Quick shot, Logan Holmes, nice top pass. Great play.
Patrick Koschuk.
Koschuk.
You see that replay right there when Logan Holmes made it look like he was going to shoot and then dumped it into Patch down below. Patch come across the top. Every goaltender hates guys coming across the top. That's how you finish a period for the Clippers.
No choice but to play Logan Holmes.
Yep.
You know, Patch comes from the corner, he runs in.
Especially late in the game, you're anticipating he's going to take that shot.
And here's the replay. It's a great play by Logan Holmes. as he comes up.
We missed it. That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Here it comes.
So here come the ball. Logan's running, working down the floor as fast as he can. If you notice, he's going to walk in, take the shot, and then dump it down.
Nice pass.
Patch
up and
across
over.
top. Double move.
Double move and beats Ryland Hartley.
Short side, far side. End of the
there we
first
go.
period.
As our clock winds down, Jim, we saw it all in that period. We saw a couple of penalties. We saw ups and downs. Windsor got ahead. Orangeville came back. Windsor went ahead. Orangeville came back. And a great move by Logan Holmes to end the period. There you see it. Clippers 3, Northmen 2 at the end of one period. You're watching Windsor Clippers Lacrosse live on WeTV from Forest Glade Arena. When we come back, we've got Steve Pronger on the floor. And stay with us.
With Bruce.
Manpower. That's our specialty. We use it to build infrastructure, like the $1 billion Parkway. That's real manpower in action. End to end, over 1,000 strong, forming bridges, carving out tunnels, shaping roadways. Our manpower is in demand. Well trained, highly skilled, tough as nails. We've got what it takes to build your career. A solid career for building a better future. LiUNA. Feel the power.
It's new.
Welcome back. You're watching Windsor Clippers Playoff Lacrosse on WeTV. I'm Steve Pronger, coming to you live from the Forest Glade Arena in Windsor, Ontario. And after one period of play, it's Windsor Clippers 3, Orangeville Northmen 2. And joining me as my first intermission guest is the head coach of the Orangeville Northmen, Bruce Codd. Thanks for your time, Bruce.
My pleasure.
Bruce, the last time we saw you was a disappointing overtime loss on Tuesday night here in this very building. Give us your thoughts about that game, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, I mean, obviously we had control of the game throughout it, and then obviously the last 5-10 minutes we kind of had a couple little breakdowns and let them get back into the game, and obviously they carried that momentum into overtime and were able to grab the win.
Yeah, no doubt you took a lot of good things away from that game despite the loss. You won on Thursday night in your own arena. Your thoughts about that game? What was the expectations going back to Orangeville for that Thursday night game?
Well, obviously, it was nice to be at our home rink and have our fans. Obviously, it's a rowdy place to be, and we took some of that energy, especially early, and got off to a good start. And again, I thought we carried most of the play throughout the game, and then the third period they had a three-goal run in about a 3-minute span. But other than that, I thought we controlled the play and for the most part, and we're good.
Yeah, I see a lot of ebb and flow, a lot of back and forth so far here tonight. You're down by one at the end of one. Have your guys lived up to expectations in that first period? What do you expect to see from the second period from your squad?
Well, I'd like to see some of the little mistakes that we made. Obviously, the one at the end of the period is, just a simple little bit of communication, and they don't score that goal. So there was 2 of those, and obviously we want to clean that up. But we know that it's going to be a battle, and we had a lot of good chances ourselves. So start burying those and clean up those little things, and I think we'll be okay.
So what's the message going to be in the dressing room?
Like I said, communication, and I think some of that's just being a little bit more hungry out on the floor or on the bench, being ready to go and know what your job is, and that'll be the big message. Everybody do their job and get some some goals, obviously.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us, Bruce. Good luck the rest of the way. That's Bruce Codd, head coach of the Orangeville Northmen. After one period of play here at Forest Glade Arena, it's Windsor 3, Orangeville 2. Stick with us. We'll be right back for second period action.
Manpower. That's our specialty. We use it to build infrastructure, like the $1 billion Parkway. That's real manpower in action. End to end, over 1,000 strong, forming bridges, carving out tunnels, shaping roadways. Our manpower is in demand. Well trained, highly skilled, tough as nails. We've got what it takes to build your career. A solid career for building a better future. LiUNA. Feel the power.
It's new, it's fresh, it's innovative, it's WeTV, Windsor Essex Television, and you can watch it anywhere. www.we-tv.ca is the place to be. If it's sports, entertainment, or community events, WeTV has what you're looking for. The people, places, and faces of our community are front and center on WeTV. Check out www.we-tv.ca for what's being webcast live. WeTV, we got you covered.
Welcome back to Forest Glade Arena. Mark Knight along with Jim Bell, Windsor Clippers lacrosse. They're up 3-2, Jim. That was a great first period.
Fantastic first period. And you know what? Shots on goal in that first period, Mark, was 20 shots for Orangeville, 8 shots for Clippers. So there's been 5 saves by Rylan Hartley down there. So that just means we're generating good quality shots to be able to put 3 out of 8 by him. And I know Bruce Codd's going to tear a strip off them between periods.
Well, we saw at the interview there with Steve Pronger, you could tell Bruce Codd was just chomping at the bit to get in the room.
Oh, yeah.
He was doing a good job with the interview, but he had to get to his players, because he talked about communication, and he talked about people missing their jobs, and especially that Patrick Koschak goal right at the end of the period. 3 seconds to go. Logan Holmes makes a nice feed, but Cash comes off the corner.
There's a shot of Braden right there. Braden Bell, 20 shots that first period, 18 saves. That's what you call trying to keep his team into it. I thought the defense played spectacular that first period. So let's see if we can maintain it.
That's going to improve his save percentage as the Clippers come up with the ball right off the hop.
Wins
Logan
and
Holmes
losses
in the corner.
now. Wins and losses now.
Holmes with the ball.
Windsor has a loose ball line that they have. There's so much pride in it, and you almost got to make that particular 5 set.
Patrick Koschuk. Oh, Bushnell. Quick shot. Up and over. Orangeville with the ball.
Here's a second period. That second period the Clippers are kind of like long into. And Braden just got caught with a little bit of an elbow for interference call. Could have been a penalty. So they have that loose ball line. You got to get on there for the changes. This is the second period, long changes for both teams on defense. So look for fast breaks.
That was a pretty good fast break there by the Northmen, but Braden Bell managed to thwart it. No penalty, as you heard Jim Bell say. Quick shot. Braden Bell steers that to the corner. Back into the stick of Shane Hillis. Hillis back with the ball. Looking for a place to shoot. Steps into the slot. Throws one behind. Gets it over. Another shot off of Braden Bell. Stands there large. Steers it to the corner. James Morgan.
Loose ball again. We got to control some loose balls here.
Well, the Northmen come out. They've got the step on the Clippers here to start the second period.
They do.
They're pushing, and yeah, the Clippers aren't quite ready for it. They don't have control. They need to settle this down and get themselves back in shape. Coach Cavanaugh needs to have a word with his guys on the bench and say, look what's going on here, guys. We can't have this.
Point streak was being down for internet. I just got a text message saying that they should be good now for point streak.
Big save out there off Ryland Hartley. Yeah, for all of you watching, we've been having some internet issues here at Forest Gate Arena. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We-TV.ca is happy to bring you.
You know what? That's not Ryland Hartley in net down there. That's Daniel Tanner in net.
So we've had a goaltender change. Good catch there, Jim Bell.
That's very odd. I'm wondering what's wrong with Ryland.
Well, 3 goals on 8 shots, and maybe he's just not in the game today.
Never thought of that. So now we got Daniel Tanner in net playing net for Orangeville.
He's only got 2 games so far in these playoffs, so
it's pretty tough to get some net spot behind the MVP.
But the Northmen seem to be stepping it up a bit now. They've got a new goaltender in place. So, and that often happens when you change goaltenders. The team plays differently in front of a different goaltender. So,
wow,
we're going to see what happens there with Daniel Tanner in the net.
That's a big switch, though.
Well, we talked about Bruce Codd reading the riot act to him, and maybe one of those people that was a recipient of that riot act was Ryland Hartley.
Quite possibly.
Little flip behind the back on Braden Bell. He makes a save.
Brendan Wallace slim with the ball now. Transition player. So with that in mind, I think the Windsor Clippers is almost going to start panicking a little bit, and they got to take their time and still work the ball in like it was Ryland Hartley, but realize that the backup goaltender's in, who's a good goaltender in itself, right? Daniel Hartley, he's only played 37 minutes and 19 seconds. He's got like a 1.6 goals against average, so that's not shabby.
Those are good numbers, but you know.
Yeah, 37 minutes.
Longevity is a big thing, and Ryland Hartley was MVP. He wasn't MVP for no reason.
No, fantastic goaltender. Surprise move. Very surprise move by Bruce Codd.
Well, we'll see what comes out of it. A little behind the back, a little too early of a flip, and
nothing's going to come out if we start.
Ball goes the other way. They need to settle this down here.
Crease call. Crease call.
No goal.
They had 2 or 3 of them in the other time. Bruce Codd's not too happy
about that at all.
He's giving Johnny Sutcliffe a little bit of an earful.
He's not going to change his mind, so no sense getting too upset about it. Into the stick of Noah Bushnell. He's got a goal here tonight. Shortly after coming out of the box, he steps into the high slot and throws one towards the net and pots it.
I'm not too sure why we're forcing the ball here, fellas.
Little bounce pass down low underneath and into the corner.
I don't think we've had a shot yet on this goaltender. That's key too. Oh, we got a possession ball. That was a good work by Windsor Clippers. They got the ball back off of a 30-second clock.
New clock, time to set up, get things settled down. You have to wonder if they've noticed that.
They've noticed.
There's a goal.
Andrew Garant, Hammer with a pass and shot. Gets the ball in deep like that. Dipped it back out to Hammer out front. Hammer with over the top and beats Daniel Tanner. 4-2.
The crowd and now the bench. 4-2 Windsor. Just over 4 minutes gone here in the second period, and Bruce Codd's got to be shaking his head like, what is going on here?
But that's a momentum swing, right? We got a crease violation down here, a wipe off a goal. Orangeville or Windsor goes back. And we get a shot here. Mr. Cott is asking Sutcliffe for a little bit of a clarification. I'm not too sure why they stopped the game to go over and talk to the head coach. They normally don't do that.
Looks like they were talking about that crease violation. If you look at his foot movements, he was sitting there going, and he was talking about the thing. But the crowd is in it there, and they're seeing a young man getting up close and personal with a WeTV camera as he's joining the game here at Forest Glade Arena. A little bit more explanation going on here, but the score is 4-2 Windsor over the Orangeville Northmen.
I'm very floored. I know I keep going back to it. I'm very floored that Bruce Cott would have pulled the pin on Ryland Hartley there. You almost want to let him work his way through it. It's a little bit of frustration and stuff like that.
But could it be another issue? Could he not be feeling 100% tonight? And now those things. But the 8-2 Northmen in the playoffs are down to the 7-5 Windsor Clippers by 2 goals. And they were having some more conversation on the bench.
I honestly think there might be some issue with Ryland because our assistant coach, Chris Pinner, just went into their dressing room, and he's a firefighter. So something might be wrong with Ryland in the dressing room. I'm not too sure. We'll check on that. We don't want to speculate.
Yeah, let's hope he's okay. Always tough to lose a key player this late in the playoffs.
Let's hope he wants to rest till at least the middle of the third period.
Ryan Marchand with the ball. Quick up and over.
Trying that crease drive, right?
Oh, a little bit of push and shove, and I want to stand here. No, I'm going to stand here. And Riley Armstrong.
Couple big saves. Couple big saves there by Braden. With the defense has got to really pick it up a little bit here.
Northman with the ball. Zach Deacon. He's been quiet.
Yes.
Had a big game there in game 1, 3 goals in that 9-2 win, but not much since then. Big shot there. Quickly gets a shot away before the crease violation.
Kyle Waters coming right through the top, right? He's normally crashing that crease from the side, but this time he went right down Broadway. Kick saved by Bell, and it goes back to a reset for Orangeville.
Dumped in by Riley Thompson.
There's a lot of extracurricular stuff going on here.
Little bounce pass.
Kick save. Reset for Orangeville.
They're doing a good job of chewing up the clock and keeping possession of the ball. But they need a little more than just possession. They need to find the back of the net behind Braden Bell. 2 goals to get to tie this thing up. Halfway through the second period, another nice save there by Braden Bell as he drops the pad to block the shot.
Slim with the ball, Brendan Wallace. This is that transition game, right? You get down, up and down and gone. He just come off of a broken collarbone, Slim did, so this is only his 3rd game back, and he's pretty excited. Noah Bushnell went out with the ball. Patrick Koscheck down to Chase Kavanaugh.
Looking for the shot, tried to throw it up, went through a crowd, bouncing in the crease. And Daniel Tanner, the goaltender for the Orangeville Northmen, throws it up to his D-man.
13 minutes, 40 seconds left in the second period, 4-2.
Riley Thompson heads to the bench. And his partner Shane Hillis gets the shot. Braden Bell with a save. Bouncing ball comes up into the stick of Jeff Brett on the Northman. He shovels it back to the line. Across, Brett gets it back, another quick pass around. Braden Bell with a nice save.
Nice kick save right there, right? Then he give him a little extra shot.
A little bit of face wash as he went by.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Thank this stinky glove.
Yeah. Welcome to my nightmare.
He was super aggressive when he was younger as well, so he's kind of matured a little bit in that way, but.
Picks his moments?
Yes.
That's wise.
I didn't like anybody close to my crease either. Here we go again with the drop C's, right? Come on, boys. Good recovery.
Quick shot up front. And back the other way. Northman. Soft pass, big check there. Still has the ball.
Yep. A lot of people don't understand that. You don't got to cross check. You can drop that shoulder into somebody as well,
and
right?
That was a beauty check.
Liam
Oftentimes he cough up the ball, but he did a good job of curling the stick and keeping the ball in the Northman.
Liam Leclerc, his brother Kellen Leclerc was also a big defender for the Clippers.
5 seconds on a shot. Got to get a quick one here. Bounces it up and into the netting.
That went off Phil Rosowski, so it's going to be offense ball again. Those defensive guys don't mind soaking the ball in the game. They stay so far away from it. And
12:15 to go, a little shove out front. Quick shot there on Braden Bell.
oh, can't throw the ball away here.
The Northmen have definitely got the push on. There's a shovel as he goes through the crease. Another quick shot on Braden Bell as he stands tall and makes the save.
We're going to get a wipe up here. Once the players hit the floor and this kind of stuff, they're going to get really soapy.
Well, the Northmen have really brought it since the
Yes.
second period is coming. Daniel Tanner is coming net, and we've talked a little bit about that. They're playing a lot more aggressively here.
Shots at this moment right now with 12 minutes left in the game is 32 for Orangeville, 9 for Windsor.
Wow.
32. They've had 12 shots already, and it hasn't even been 10 minutes.
And Windsor's had one shot here in the second period.
Yep, that's it. One shot, and it was a goal.
It was a goal.
It was a goal. So look at that. The Orangeville is basically taking it to yesterday's practice. Barry Garant worked with the defense and worked with the goaltending so much yesterday that they've really shut down this offense for Orangeville, which has been fantastic. 32-9 in shots is incredible right now. So we just got to keep the momentum going, right? We've got to be able to stem that tide because Orangeville's going to keep coming, and they're going to keep coming. I'm really interested in finding out what's up with Rylan Hartley. He's not even on the bench. I think he's still in the dressing room.
I don't know if you saw that, Jim, as the two goaltenders went to the bench there. They just did a little fist bump as they went back to the thing. That's a really cool thing
Respect.
to do. Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
goalie union, Mark. It's a goalie union.
But it's still, you're the opposition.
Yep.
You're the enemy tonight. So.
Yep. They're the only two players on the floor that don't actually get to hit each other.
Back in play, Noah Bushnell does the charge up and over top.
See, here's a quick question right there. The ball's been turned over. That could have been called the charging penalty. Unnecessary, right? Going to go for the big ooh and ah from the crowd.
I thought he was going to get it, but
see, we got ambulance. We got a stretcher coming into the Orangeville dressing room.
all
That's
right,
not good.
That's
Sorry.
not good. Let's hope that Rylan Hartley doesn't go out on it. That would be a very terrible thing to have happen tonight. Little bounce through the crease off the end boards.
Win, lose, or draw, you don't want to see
All the
anybody
way
get
back.
hurt.
Absolutely not. Another good shot there. Reset the clock, and the Northmen back with the ball. Riley Thompson was down low, receives the pass, and got it off really quickly. Little change, little shove as he goes off there. Josh Jubenville introduces his player to the floor. Another quick shot up and over. And Braden Bell hugs the post, makes the save. Windsor Clippers back the other way. Austin Thompson. The face-off master for the Clippers.
I just asked one of our big wheels to go down there and check out what's going on in the dressing room, just for fans at home to, that are listening possibly back in Orangeville to realize that he is okay and kind of thing, right? We're going to find out for you.
Ryan Marchand makes the fake. Gets it over to Blaine Wallace. Bubba gets the shot off. And Daniel Tanner.
There you go, picking up with the nicknames.
Well, I learned it from last game. Bubba and Slim.
Bubba and Slim.
The Wallace boys.
Yep. There's Slim right there playing D, 14.
You can teach an old dog new tricks.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me, I'm an old dog.
You haven't even said hockey once. Might have just jinxed it.
And you said it twice.
Yes.
Shane Hillis into the end boards, reset the clock. Clippers with the ball. 9:54 to go here. The Windsor Clippers are enjoying a 2-goal advantage halfway through this game.
Unbelievable. We got it offensively. We only generated 9 shots and we got 4 goals.
Noah Bushnell. Quick shot, bounces it wide through the crease, off the glass, into the far corner.
7 seconds on the shot clock.
Bushnell's looking for it to come back to him. Another quick shot down low. He gets it up front, tries to throw it around, and gets toppled as he walks through the crease.
He just lays out for that shot, right? A lot of offensive players will throw their body out for that shot, but we got the ball back, and that's key.
Another quick shot, rattled around the cage in the top of the pads, but Josh Jubenville was not able to send it home.
We're going to bring out this wipe crew again because the floor is getting awful sweaty. One of the biggest things I like about Daniel Tanner, he's a left-handed goaltender. That really throws off shooters. I know this sounds weird. Like, think of back Mike Palmetier, who caught with the wrong hand in net, right, for the Maple Leafs. And those goaltenders, offensive guys, are so used to shooting on a right-handed goaltender. Now they're coming in, so it's kind of neat. I was a lefty, so I'm kind of soft on that. Neither one of my kids are left-handed. If I can tell you a quick story, when he was really young, Braden was like maybe 7. and he was playing the whole third period with his left hand. And afterwards I said, son, I didn't realize you're left-handed. He goes, I'm not. It's just that's the stick the coach put the hand in. He was too small to switch the sticks over, so he just played left-handed. He goes, maybe that's why Six Nations beat us. No, son, that's not the reason.
That's not the reason. I have a similar story in my early hockey career, but we won't get into that. Quick shot there by Northville.
Off the post.
Windsor Clippers in the zone.
Just a little quick update on Rylan Hartley on that. He is in the he is in the dressing room. He's with paramedics, and he is stable, which is key. He looked a little bit of heat exhaustion possibly early, right? Even little guys get heat exhaustion, I guess.
Well, he got a lot of equipment on him, and shot wide of the net. Bounce all the way down. Quick shot off the end boards. Wide of the net, Riley Thompson.
We're getting a little sloppy play on both ends here, right? Both teams are kind of squeezing the sticks. Unfortunately, Orangeville squeezing it in the wrong direction and the wrong reason. And Windsor Clipper, the vice versa, they're trying to get shots off on the backup goaltender instead of just working things around.
Doing the run and gun there, you see Patrick Kaschuk drops his bottom hand and leaves his stick there just to be hit. And,
a backdoor pass for Bubba, and he just missed the open net. Them one-timers are just key. So for those at home, we've been told that Rylan Hartley is stable, and he's fine in the dressing room, and he's got some medical people around him, so he is stable.
Well, we hope everything goes well for Rylan Hartley.
Yes, sir, we do.
Orangeville Northmen playing hard in front of their new goaltender, number 34, Daniel Tanner. As this
5 seconds on the shot clock, 4, 3, 2, 1, just throw down the floor.
Last 5 minutes of this second period has been a bit of a run and gun for both teams. They run down the floor, get the shot, and
super sloppy, sir.
You don't get the opportunity to set up and make those great plays that both teams are more than capable of doing.
Oh,
but
yes.
You see a lot of run and gun late in the third, but here we go, passing it around, quick shot there to try to go horizontal.
Yep.
And gets the shot off while he was airborne, but nothing on it.
Nope. Everybody tries to crash the crease, which is fine when it works, right? And just to let you know, when you do dive the crease, your ball's got to be out of your stick before your feet cross the plane of the crease, or it's no goal.
Big shot there, nice. And there we got a goal.
Oh.
Braden Bell made the save, and it trickled down and rolled through, and he turned around and couldn't quite get the stick on it, but in the net it goes.
Yep.
And there's one back for the Orangeville Northmen.
That's just the bounce of the ball, right? It just got down there. He scooped it, and I think he scooped it into his net, but at the same time, we might be having a replay coming up. Shots is right now it's 38-15, so Orangeville's got a couple more shots now for themselves, but 38-15. 4-3 is a score.
6:42 to play here at Forest Lake Arena, and they're just wondering, really sure what's happened there, but you're going to get a look at this replay here. As they get the shot, Braden Bell makes the initial save.
It just trickles.
Gets down at his feet, he turns around, he couldn't quite get the stick on it.
There's a difference between trying to scoop it out and trap it. He should have just trapped down with his stick on top of the ball instead of trying to scoop it. But that's fine. You know what? That's a bounce. That's what happens in these kind of games, right? I know he keeps looking over at the Orangeville dressing room as well, Braden does, because at the end of the day, we don't want to see anybody get, taken out on a stretcher by any means.
I wonder if he knows the story, but we'll keep you up to date as we learn more about Rylan Hartley. In for the faceoff. Thompson once again comes up with the ball, but it gets shoveled into the corner.
So that ball just trickled in, but at the same time, we're still up by a goal. So let's go. Let's just relax here.
Josh Jubenville playing D, shovels it forward, heads to the bench. As the offense comes in, Kaschuk into the zone. Hands it off. Dumps it in off the end boards, and Daniel Tanner gets the big stick on it and throws it forward. Quick break here. Big shot goes wide of the net.
I'm not too sure why, but we got to keep going a little bit here. Like they're coming off that bench that's the second time Waters has come straight across the crease. There's that long change. But the defense, or offense, has to realize that and keep their shots on net and not allow the ball to bounce off and get that.
Waters just getting a step. There we go. Nice
crease.
shot. From our vantage point, it looked like that was going in, but Daniel Tanner managed to keep it out.
Crease violation on Blaine Wallace, sorry, Bubba. It's a tight game, but we're completely out. They're out shooting us huge.
Well, kudos to Braden Bell for keeping the Clippers in. Another quick break there, and
There's
it's
a
just
tie.
all tied up. And just what you talked about there.
Yep.
You know, Kyle Waters manages to walk in and gets that shot, and he seems to come from nowhere.
Yep.
And steps in, has a lane, and finds it. We're all tied up here. And there we can see, from our vantage point, Rylan Hartley is being wheeled out of the building.
Here's a replay here.
Here's a replay coming up.
Kyle Waters walking right down. That's
Walks
a
in.
play before that for the possession call for that. But Kyle Waters walks right down the Broadway, shoots, goes right between the arm, right? That happens so many times with goaltenders. We have a possession call off of the draw ball. It's going to be Orangeville ball. We have a 4-4 tie.
Well, for those of you that are concerned about Rylan Hartley and maybe his family is listening on the WeTV, we just saw him wheeled out on a stretcher. His eyes were open,
Yes.
and he was cognizant. So not really sure what happened. Maybe heat exhaustion, or maybe he got hit or moved the wrong way. But he was awake, going out on a stretcher.
Yes.
And the medical community is going to have a second look at him and hope everything is well for Rylan Hartley.
We're back at square one right now, 4-4. So 0-0 if you want to put it that way. And let's just see who was going to step up now with 5 minutes left in the second period.
Windsor Clippers with the ball. Chopped down as he enters the crease. Northmen. Quick back the other way. Ben Mercy.
Oh, Slim climbs the ladder to make that catch.
Big shot there. Daniel Tanner with a save. Big throw, trying to get the fast break. Can't quite put it in the stick of Mike McInnell.
There we go. Slim's back there getting the ball for that possession call. I love goaltenders that throw the ball down the floor, right? That's so key. Daniel Tanner's got a good stick on him. That just speeds up the game, right? Speeds up Canada's fastest game and also Canada's national sport.
As the Clippers try to move in.
10.
Blaine Wallace.
Interference a call again on offensive team.
There we go, fast break again.
They're going to kill us with the fast break every single time off of there. I'm not too sure if they're coming early off the bench or not. We're not getting back, second period.
Well, you can see a few hands there waving, so I think we got a few Northmen fans in the crowd tonight. But
it's a beautiful play, but if you want to just pull that back, we could have replay the last 4 times they had the ball. It's the exact same passes, exact same spot, exact same guy coming off the bench. So whether the Windsor Clippers are going to start asking whether he's leaving early, or we're going to have to try to get our butts back a little bit and be more aware of that in the offensive zone and not moan and groan when we make a bad pass or a bad shot, and realize that Orangeville's going back the other way because they want to wrap this thing up today.
Well, the defensive coaches have got something to work on there in the second intermission.
There's a confusion, right? We're supposed to go on whistle, whistle, whistle. So we went on the whistle, then they're going to whistle it down and bring it all the way back to slow things down. Windsor's got to answer. Right now they got to answer.
Orangeville Northmen lead by a score of 5-4. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the second period. Clippers with the ball. Quick shot there. Whopper deflection there, went wide of the net. In the corner, Dylan Riley steps out, hands off to Ryan Marchand. He's looking for the ball to come back to him.
20 seconds on the shot clock, lots of time, don't panic.
Back across. Riley with the ball once again. Up and over, off the dasher. And
holy cow.
High bounce.
You know what, it's so frustrating to watch people throw the ball away. We're at a junior B level, they got to be able to pass and catch the ball. So we are back on air. We are all over the world, anywhere you can get the internet.
WeTV bringing Windsor and Essex to the world, and Windsor Lacrosse comes along with it. Orangeville Northmen running in.
Yep, easy call.
Yep.
Easy call. We're flat-footed. They're going to drive around. They're going to try to get those calls. So not only are we squeezing the ball way too fast down there on offense and throwing the ball away, we're getting dumb penalties back here on the defensive zone.
Well, you got to hand it to them, though. They didn't let Kyle Walters walk in on that particular play. So you need to make a stand here and say, we're not going to let this happen, even because the last 2 times he's done that, he's put the ball in net. If you're going to take a penalty, that's a good penalty to take.
Brandon Lalonde looks like he's a little bit hurt in there. Might have separated that shoulder when he landed, so he's injured right now. So you're right. You know what? I don't know whether that would be called a good penalty. But at the same time, when they drive deep like that and come across, you know what? There is good penalties and bad penalties. But, I mean, Windsor's got to take a breath. They got to sit back and realize that we've got the backup goaltender in there. We had a 4-2 lead. They've scored 3 unanswered goals. So that means we've got to relax on the offensive zone. If you notice the bench, they got people gathered all together there. They're saying, hey, boys, relax. We still got 23 minutes to go in this game in your season. 23 minutes to go in your season. So either you're going to step up or you're going to go home. Plain and simple.
Well, as they clear the crease there, you see the goaltenders are making their way back to their respective creases.
Shots on goal right now are 43 for Orangeville, 16 for Clippers. 16 shots. There's a great shot of Daniel Tanner, who was pressed into action, not thinking on the bus ride down here that he was going to get any kind of net time. Power play.
Well, he's let one in, but his team has definitely responded playing in front of him, and the Northmen have a power play as they work the ball on the outside, trying to squeeze the box. Big save there by Braden Bell. Picked it up, steps into the crease, and possession change.
Ask for another wipe. I think the goaltender should ask for another wipe there. 10 seconds to get up over key rate. There's your 10-second line. Liam LeClaire with the ball.
He gets in, tries to set up. Playing shorthanded, burning the clock. Keeping that ball protected as best he can, keeping his body between the ball and the opposition, and doing a great job of it. The ball gets squirted out, but he picks it up again. He knocks about 22 seconds off the clock there. Good for him.
Possession call there.
Nothing wrong with that. He's deep in the Northman zone.
Yep.
Did a great job.
Absolutely. And so is Orangeville good for pinching them off like that, right? In a situation where you get double teamed like that, the ball has to continue to move. So you have to keep moving your stick. You can't pin it, you can't press it, you can't do anything.
As the Northmen work the ball. Try to shovel one through down low. Steve Jaworski with the ball, gives it up. Northman on it once again. Shovels it back, 22 with the shot. Big save there by Braden Bell. Another tackle there by the Windsor Clippers, and the ball comes all the way back down.
Holy. I wonder what the shot clock was at when they blew it down for it. Sutcliffe is talking about moving it down a bit. You're going to stop at 25, 24, 23, 22. Where are they stopping it at? Right there, 21 seconds on the shot clock.
21 seconds on the shot clock as they pull a wipe. Orangeville on the power play. 31 seconds left in that. 1:47 here in the second period. And the Orangeville Northmen have lit it up here in the second period with a fast break. The stick of Kyle Walters has been hot here in the second period. 2 almost identical goals, Jim.
Yep, coming off the bench. 46-17 are the shots sitting right now with 1:49 left in the second period. And Orangeville on the power play for the next 33 seconds.
Almost triple the shots. And they're still on the power play. Northman passing it around, keeping it outside, trying to find a way to get down low to get that shot on Braden Bell. 17 seconds on the power play. Shovels it into the corner and back the other way come the Clippers. Kaschuk with the ball. He steps in, tries to bounce one through the legs. But Daniel
the
Tanner,
short-handed one, yep.
a shorty would have been nice to end this period. There's another goal. As the Northmen step in, up and over Patrick Koschak and past Braden Bell as they run the lead to 6-4.
As I mentioned before, second periods are always our worst period. Unfortunately, it came at the worst time of the season right now. So, not too sure. We give up that's 2 power play goals we've given up for the 2 penalties that have been called. Other than that, there hasn't been that many penalties in this game.
As the Northmen have seemed to have solved the Windsor Clippers here in the second period. They're up by 2. There you see the score, 6-4 with 1:11 to go.
Orangeville's 2 for 3, 2 for 3 on the power play.
Austin Thompson wins the faceoff. Back the other way, Josh Jubenville. Trying to get a part of the fast break instead of just shoveling it
There's
off.
an answer back, Logan Holmes.
And there we go.
On that play right there, Andrew Garant just basically took his time and dished it into Logan Holmes on the crease. Logan Holmes had enough time to turn, place it, and shot. That's all you need to do. You got to relax.
And the fans are enjoying this. 1 minute exactly to play here in the second period as Windsor inches a little bit closer to tie this game.
They don't want to end this season. They don't want this season to end, Windsor. So they're going to work hard. They've got 21 minutes to go. 21 minutes to play kind of mistake-free lacrosse because Orangeville's well coached and they're going to be able to turn it around and take advantage of the opportunities.
They got to keep the crowd in this game. They need to help that seventh man.
Yes.
As the Northmen work the ball down.
Orangeville is deadly on that fast break, and that's the reason the last 5-6 shots they've had on 5-on-5 plays been off that bench play with the stretch play on the second period because of the long change.
Mike Sutton on the far boards. Steps into the high slot, gets the shot off. Braden Bell with a big save. Back the other way. Nice pass across. Nice save.
Yep.
A little bit of an unconventional save by Daniel Tanner, but it was a good save nonetheless.
You don't know where it is, you sit down because as soon as the referee loses sight of it, you look at the referee and realize it's caught up in your paraphernalia, if you will, that the referee's going to blow that down. I think Daniel Tanner looks a little mad about something here. I'm not too sure.
Cameron Spencer having a chat with him.
Seems angry at something.
Yep.
I'm not too sure about why he's angry about that. He made the save and timeout.
May have a timeout call here.
21 seconds. They're going to go for that 6-man play we talked about last game when I said it works 53% of the time, and both teams did it in the same game.
And it worked for the Northmen.
And worked for Clippers later on that tie when we put it into overtime, right? So, I don't know. As a fan of the team, I certainly don't want them to. I like close games, but I kind of want a little bit of breathing room. Phil Sanderson and Bruce Cotter going over the stuff over there on the Orangeville bench.
Game 4 of the Ontario Junior B Lacrosse League Western Conference Final here. The Orangeville Northmen lead the best-of-5 series 2-1, and they lead in this game by a score of 6-5. 21 seconds to go here in the second period.
47-18 are the shots. 22 seconds left in the period.
And the Northmen get set up.
We got to stem, Windsor's got to stem the tide a little bit here. Extra attacker.
And who has the ball? Kyle Waters.
Yep.
But if he's looking to do what he did already, he's got to go from coast to coast. We know he's got the legs. Does he have the stick as the clock ticks down? 10 seconds to go across the line. He's set up. Soft pass. Looking for that one perfect shot. Bouncing into the corner as the clock runs down. Their timing wasn't quite right there. They don't get a shot off, but the score remains 6-5 in favor of the Orangeville Northmen.
They don't generate a shot out of that, so they've come back. The second period was their period right there.
They definitely played it with the fast break, and the score shows it. Orangeville Northmen 6, the Windsor Clippers 5. When we come back, Steve Pronger will be on the floor interviewing someone from the Windsor Clippers. You're watching Windsor Clippers Lacrosse on WeTV. Stick with us.
4.
Manpower. That's our specialty. We use it to build infrastructure, like the $1 billion Parkway. That's real manpower in action. end to end over 1,000 strong, forming bridges, carving out tunnels, shaping roadways. Our manpower is in demand. Well trained, highly skilled, tough as nails. We've got what it takes to build your career. A solid career for building a better future. LiUNA. Feel the power.
Welcome back to WeTV's broadcast of Windsor Clippers OLA Playoff Lacrosse. I'm Steve Pronger, and again, we're live from the Forest Glade Arena, and joining me as my second intermission guest is assistant coach of the Windsor Clippers, Barry Garrett. Barry, tell us a bit about your impressions of this game. Back and forth, you've had the lead a number of times. Give us your thoughts on what's taken place.
Well, the intensity has obviously been the key to this. It has been back and forth, and we knew that this would be a tough game to begin with. They're one hell of a good team, and it's going to be back and forth a lot. And you have to be able to overcome some of that momentum that's been happening. We've had it, they've had it. We squandered a 2-goal lead in the second, and we're down by 1 coming into the third. So.
Game 3 in Orangeville, of course, you guys tied the game with a 7-7, 11 minute left and go. Tell us a bit about that, your team's ability to come back, and is that really a rallying cry for what can happen in this third period?
Yeah, so game 3, we had a slow start in the first period, 4-1, but like you said, with 11 minutes to go in the third, we had a 7-7 game. We had probably 3 posts up until the 6-minute mark. Either one of those go in by an inch, it's probably a different story. We're here trying to but with that being said, these guys have overcome adversity many, many times. We're in the far west division, not in the GTA area, so it's one of those things that we think about and we have to overcome every single time. I expect these guys to do this rallying cry. Their backs are against the wall right now. This could be the end of their lacrosse season. I know all of those guys don't want that to happen.
And of course, how big is goaltending for you in this third period?
It's got to be solid. It starts with good defense in front. We got to get out on their hands. They do a great 2-man job on the left side where Riley and Hill continually set screens for one another. And I'll be honest with you, that's where the tough part is. They're both great shooters. We have to be out on them when they're trying to shoot the ball.
That's Coach Barry Garrett of the Windsor Clippers. And after 2 periods of play, it is the Orangeville Northmen 6, Windsor Clippers 5. We'll be right back with third period action after this. Stick with us.
It's new, it's fresh, it's innovative, it's WeTV, Windsor Essex Television, and you can watch it anywhere. www.we-tv.ca is the place to be. If it's sports, entertainment, or community events, WeTV has what you're looking for. The people, places, and faces of our community are front and center on WeTV. Check out www.we-tv.ca for what's being webcast live. WeTV, we got you covered.
Forest Glade Arena, Mark Knight along with Jim Bell. Well, Jim, we're in exactly the same situation, but the tables have turned. The Windsor Clippers were up by 1 at the end of 1 and quickly got a goal in the second.
Yep.
And now the Orangeville Northmen are up by 1 at the end of the second.
Yes, sir.
And leading in shots, leading in goals, leading in the series, and the Clippers have got some work.
Oh, yeah, they do. 48 shots on goal. The Windsor's allowed this game so far. 22 of the Windsor's generated on Orangeville's goaltenders. Orangeville's 2 for 3 on the power play, so that's key. Windsor hasn't had a power play opportunity yet, so maybe Orangeville's being clean. Maybe they're just getting away with some stuff. You know what? Special teams is key, and being 2 for 3 is huge for Bruce Cott's club.
Well, we heard Barry Garant say there at the intermission interview that this team their backs are against the wall. They need to decide, do they want to move on or do they want to?
You can throw all the cliches out. Tweeted out, they got to go out and take it because Orangeville's certainly not going to.
So they get an opportunity to rest up the troops as we're all set here. 10.
Windsor's -1 right now, and they got 20 minutes to go to force the game on Tuesday night.
And that game, if necessary, is at 8 o'clock in Orangeville.
Yes. Tuesday night, Alder Street Arena.
A little bit of a bounce up and into the crowd it goes.
Out of bounds possession, so we're going to go Clipper ball. Neil McDonald's trying to get this ball back in to go really fast. There's an extra ball on the floor.
Need to settle that down really quickly.
Yep.
As Logan Holmes sets up. We haven't seen him make that play a lot, so something has changed and maybe corner there. As Slim gets up, heads to the bench.
Dylan Riley and Noah Bush. I'm not too sure why Bush jumped in like that and took the interference call when the ball was kind of loose, but hey, I'm not inside of his head, so I really can't tell what that's all about, but Winter's got to relax.
I don't know if Noah Bushnell's inside his head. Kyle Waters having a hard time controlling the ball.
Orangeville's such a solid team. They're so well coached and they're so patient. They're just going to keep their game going. They're like that steady turtle that's going to beat the rabbit every single time.
You watch the things that they do in pregame and between starts and whatnot. They're really a tight team.
Yes.
With the way they rally around their goaltenders and they get together and do the high fives. And not saying that Windsor isn't, but that's so key.
Yep.
As you get
high stick penalty coming up. Patch got it right in the chin.
Quick shot off there.
Windsor's first opportunity on the power play, and it's going to be key because they can tie this game at 6.
Well, let's see if they can convert. 1:34 gone, and the Clippers are down by a goal. And it all starts now.
First power play of the game for Windsor Clippers, which isn't bad for Bruce Cott, because one of the things he mentioned to me earlier is he wanted to stay out of penalty and he wanted to keep the crowd out. They've done kind of both with a goal, and we're going for more towels.
Well, as we get later and later, and as these guys are wet, the humidity picks up. And they need to make sure that those players stay safe down there, especially in this situation when you're going to see the concentration of the black and gold as they descend upon Daniel Tanner, trying to get that tying goal.
Notch up. He's played well since he came in for Ryland Hartley. For all those anybody just joining us, Ryland got a little bit under the weather between periods and a little dehydrated and a little heat stroke, was taken out stretcher, but he was aware, he was conscious, he was all the rest of the stuff. The proverbial thumbs up kind of thing, so hopefully he's going to be resting well.
Logan Holmes back with the ball, passing it around. A little bit of give and go. Quick shot there off the end boards, tries to pick it up himself. Comes out front and Holmes with the ball, but can't quite control it. It goes the other way, all the way down. Patrick Waters gets the shot. It was off the post. And back out front, Braden Bell with the save.
See, I'm puzzled why we're taking shots with that much time left in the 30-second clock. Why are we squeezing the sticks and trying to push it? We've got a full 30. Take your time. They revert back to being individuals, and they got to work it together.
And too often you see that. One guy's trying to save the world.
Yep. And you know what? if I was a coach, I'd say, you know what, if you're going to shoot, that's fine. Can you at least hit the net? It's a 4 by 4 and a little bit. It's red, and it's got white mesh in it. Can we at least hit the net? That's 2 shots on the power play. We can't even hit the net.
Orangeville Northmen back the other way, short-handed, running the clock out. And running he is, Shane Hillis. Feet moving, stick moving, burning the clock, taking the chops. Still with possession, the Northmen. Back to Shane Hillis.
This is so key. In the past, they used to have 30-second clocks. They've taken it out and they brought it back in. They kind of mix it around different things like that. That's very disheartening for a offensive chase around like that. So you get a lot of different penalties or bad moods, I guess you could say, because lots of teams are very good at that. And it's kind of embarrassing when they run around and tease you, taunt you for 2 minutes. I've seen the Clippers this year kill off a 5-minute penalty like that. Here we go.
All right, Logan Holmes tries to get down low. Shovels it back, quick shot.
There we go.
There we go. Nice tie.
That's that backdoor play. They try every single time like that. They got Chase Kavanaugh on one side and Dylan Riley on the other side. It's that one-timer backdoor play. It's so tough for goaltenders who have to challenge that Marchand shot from out top to get backdoor. And I know Daniel Tanner's thinking that right now, going through his head, going, all right, I'm fine. Backdoor plays works on everybody.
We saw that a few times earlier in the season,
Yes.
and we haven't seen it much in this building in the playoffs, but
Brought
Chase
back-
Kavanaugh with the hot stick ties it up 6-6 on the power play.
He's so good, and that kind of play like that, Mark, it doesn't got to put it in the net. You got to bounce it off the goaltender sometimes when he's coming across, right? Because his momentum is bringing him across.
Ty Mikulik chops. Austin Thompson's stick goes flying.
So we're tied at sixes. 16:30 left in the third period. Let's say season from now on. 16:30 left in Clipper season.
As the Northmen fight for position. Tried to step around off the end boards. Big bounce. Can't quite control it.
Alex
Settled
Mayhead.
down.
Alex Mayhead with the ball. I'm not too sure why the whistle went for a wipe the towel way down here by the benches. That's kind of odd timing. In a situation like this, the referees are obligated to give their goaltenders drinks of water as well. But we as referees have to understand that they're just trying to kill the clock off. I'm not too sure why all of a sudden maybe Neil McDonald slipped a little bit, but the play's already been generated down in Windsor zone. We got the ball coming back this way, and let's stop the game and bring it right to a halt. But that's probably why they're on board.
All right, let's have a look and see what's happening if Game 5 happens.
16 minutes left to force a Game 5, and it is on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock.
There you go. Windsor Clippers travel to Orangeville at the Alder Street Recreation Center. If Game 5 is necessary, if the Clippers are managed to get a couple more here and keep the Northmen down. Logan Holmes across, steps in tight, bounces one off of Daniel Tanner, and the ball goes the other way. Cameron Spencer. Hands off, goes to the bench as the Northmen work into the zone. Malcolm Young looking for the pass. Miscue into the corner. Gets the ball back, quick shot, goes wide of the net.
49-26 are the shots on goal.
Odd bounce out of the corner, and the Clippers have improved their shot clock.
Yes. That's Slim with the ball. It drops it back to Patch, who's going to bring in and try to get an offensive set going. Clippers are strong left right now.
We remember Patrick Kaschak got a couple there in the last broadcast on WeTV, and let's see if he can make something happen here.
Yep.
As he reaches for it. Logan Holmes going after it in the corner.
Ryan Marchand and Patch fighting for the ball in the corner. That's our 30-second clock, right? So that's what we call mucking it. You don't want to take a guy down because it's going to be a possession for them. Orangeville didn't.
And we haven't seen much of that until now.
We have a lot of errant whistles right now. You're either going to blow the whistle and let them play. Don't do the 3 double pumps with the whistle and then make a third one or a fourth one to try to change your mind.
Quick shot in. Tried to make the second effort.
Crease call.
Yep. Ball went past, but Braden Bell isn't too upset about that.
That would be generated number 50. 50 shots on goal for Orangeville tonight. Orangeville has taken it to us. The defense is standing tall.
And still 14:30 to play here, so chances for several more as this game wears on. Nice pass.
Yep. Blaine Wallace just muffed it a little bit.
Can't quite
4
control.
seconds left in the shot clock.
Oh, big shot. Whoa! Where did that come from? Almost midcourt.
Wow.
And you see
4
the
seconds
crowd
left on the
loving
shot
that.
clock. Logan Holmes just loads it up and fires the ball in from probably a good 85 to 70 feet out.
Well, I wonder if Logan Holmes has the WeTV broadcast in his helmet, because Jim Bell called it. The clock is winding down, and Logan Holmes just rifles a laser beam into the net.
He has a heck of a shot that he gets off all the time in practice. Daniel Tanner probably just sat there and a little bit back on his hunches and said, you know what, it's going to be our ball, and all he did is feel it.
Absolutely.
Red light went
Wow.
on. Unbelievable.
And the crowd is loving it in this building.
Yeah.
Forest Glade Arena is hopping. I hope the rain has stopped, because if the roof comes off this building, we're going to get wet, Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Back fighting for it. Northmen shovel it back.
You know what? It's a shot too. It's just like in the NHL when a puck bounces all the way down and takes a bad hopping that goes in on Bernier or Alan Bester. You know, I'm a Leaf fan,
Alan
but
Bester,
still,
I haven't heard that name in a while.
yeah, I'm a big Leaf fan and seen a lot of those goals go in from the other end.
Are you saying you're big and you're a Leaf fan?
Yes.
They'll try to do the pick and roll. Steps in the crease. Gets the shot off.
Crease violation. No, we're going to go interference on Windsor, so it's going to be Orangeville ball. They're probably going to bring out the mops to mop it up a little bit. I'm still floored by the shot that Logan just took out there. Like the fact that, and that just goes to show you that lacrosse is like no other sport, that you can almost score from anywhere like that. Basically, we're one shot up on Orangeville right now, because you know what, without these goaltenders, the ball's going to go in the net. I know that sounds very odd to say, like obviously hockey and the rest of the stuff, but I mean, this game is so fast. Just takes a shot, a bounce shot, a deflection, anything.
Well, it's never a bad idea to put the ball at the net.
It isn't. But in minor lacrosse, and even in junior, a lot of teams are taught to roll the ball in the corner. In that situation, Logan technically would have rolled the ball in the corner because those 4 seconds on the shot clock. Now let's not give him the ball up. But instead, he fired it on net. It's not bad to fire it on the net. Yes, that's good. At the same time, you caught him off guard, but there is teams that want to roll the ball in the corner. I feel shots on net aren't the worst. The only ones I don't like, Mark, are the ones that are from the sides that miss the net and bounce around. That is an odd man situation going back the other way. Logan Holmes hit the net, so at worst it goes off Daniel, out of bounds, and it'd be our ball back again, right? So it's kind of a win-win situation.
But put the situation in perspective. Backs against the wall, 6-6,
Yep.
third period, clock winding down. You got to score.
Logan Holmes, a 21-year-old that doesn't want his season to end tonight.
Right.
He's the captain of this team and does not want the season to end tonight.
He wears the C for a reason, and he's got his team up by a goal.
Should be S for shooter, because that was a laser beam frozen rope.
As Liam Leclerc taunts him,
Yeah.
gets to the line and says, "No, I'm not going any farther."
Yeah.
Tosses one off, heads to the bench as the offensive squad makes their way onto the floor.
See, we don't need those kind of shots early in the shot clock. I'm not too sure why Dylan does that.
Here's Holmes. Fakes the shot. Puts it in Dylan Riley's stick. Logan Holmes gets it
22 seconds left in the shot clock.
Lots of time. Quick shot there. Puts it in the stick of Chase Kavanaugh, and he bounces one wide.
I mentioned it earlier, and I'll continue to mention it, that there's another time. We're gonna let them run all the way down the floor, then we're gonna whistle it and bring it all the way back. Let's slow the game down. But off ball, things are getting very chippy. That's why the referees are doing a fine job with only 4 penalties called this game. 3 for Orangeville, power plays, and 1 for Windsor.
Northmen with the ball.
And believe me, there's been others that they haven't called on purpose.
A little bit of a miscue, slip and fall, slide across the floor. You see the skid mark there. Or should we say the sweat mark.
We're going to keep getting this whistle down. What we got to realize, too, with 12 minutes and 26 seconds left in this game, we also can't sit back on our haunches. Windsor can't sit back and think that Orangeville's going to lay down and die, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
That goal there, although there was a little bit closer, the other goal last game, 8-7, when they scored their 8th goal, it was a bounce shot, kind of off a broken play. Similar to that kind of a goal right there. If I was Daniel Tanner, I would not want the game to end on that goal, because that's going to haunt you for your whole trip home, right? That's going to haunt Bruce Codd and Phil Sanderson and the rest of the Orangeville Northmen because of how far out it was. But at the same time, it's lacrosse. We're lacrosse people. We understand that kind of stuff happens.
See Braden Bell making his way back to his crease. He's set to go as the Clippers come out of their zone. Logan Holmes, correction, make that Noah Bushnell. Patrick Kashok with the ball. Patch gets in tight. Gets to the dotted line, curls around, tries to get the shot, throws it wide, reset the clock. Miscue into the bench, sticks are flying, a little bit of chopping. Whether that was intentional or not, who knows?
I think there's some little sticks from the bench coming out there, trying to get Bushy off of his game, right?
Yeah.
Which is fine. Hey.
Bush went in there, his stick was high, and he was rattling a couple cages as he bounced around the boards.
Just like slap shot, run right along the boards and just tap, 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 tap.
Old-time hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Old-time lacrosse here at Forest Bay Arena. And a quick shot, and who does it again?
Kyle
Waters.
Yep.
Steps in, bounces one in, and we're tied up again, 11:48 to go here at Forest Bay Arena. And this just gets better and better, Jim Bell.
Well, our defense just sits back there and just waits and waits and waits. Orangeville is so dominating down low on the baseline to come out front like that. They're going to do it every single time. Waters is going to try to force himself low because he's got the large body to do that. We've also got a large body, Dylan Riley. He doesn't seem to watch the replays or see what other players do of his size, of his caliber, of his talent. Kyle Waters is a very good lacrosse player, especially down low. That was number 51 for shots for them, 51-29, and we're tied at 7th.
Well, maybe Jerry Cavanaugh needs to get some orange paint and paint Kyle Waters' jersey orange so they can see him coming.
Oh, yeah.
Because they can't see the number 23 as he streaks through.
And he's strong. He's a good body. He gets good body position on the ball. He drives in there. You're either going to pull him down or he's going to get a shot off. Also, Braden's got to make them saves, right? He realizes coming in tight like that.
Bounce into the bench. Quick up into the stick.
These are two equal teams as well. These are two very, very well-coached teams and equal teams. 1-2 in the Western Conference for a reason. And the first game was a blowout, but at the same time, every game since then has been 1 goal, 2 goals.
Well, you'd expect that in the Western Conference final as the Orangeville Northmen get the stick up, throw it in on Braden Bell. He makes a save, knocks it into the corner. As they fight for position, keeping the ball in front of them, looking for the pass off, and back the other way.
Got a delayed penalty coming up on Orangeville. That might be checking from behind or an interference call. Again, I think that would be a very dumb play. And of course, we roll the ball back, and because the ball turns away from the offensive zone, it's a whistle down. We can't even get it under control to get the loose ball. 2 minutes for interference call. Orangeville, number 10, Jeff Brett takes the interference call at a very, again, the other end of the floor. Not needed, not necessary, and hopefully it comes back to bite them.
10:33 to play, all tied up at 7. The Western Conference final. The Orangeville Northmen lead the series by a score of 2-1.
Windsor's 1 for 1 on the power play. Last time they scored, they tied it up as well, if you recall.
Tough shot there by Logan Holmes. Miscue, and back the other way come the Northmen. Cameron Spencer going to the net looking for the ball. Doesn't quite get to him. But the Northmen pull it down.
Over and back. That was a very odd call too. I'm not too sure why they ran over and back like that. And the bench is just giving it to Johnny Sutcliffe as he runs by. That pass last time we just tried to hit number 4, Dylan Riley, down there in the crease was the same kind of backdoor play they get Chase Cavanaugh for the goal the last time they're on the power play. If you notice, both the creases for Orangeville are playing very far out to try to eliminate that backdoor pass.
And you see the Clippers, they're doing a lot of standing. They're not moving so much. When the Northmen have the power play, they move the ball a little better. The Clippers are kind of standing.
Because they're tense. They're panicking, and they shouldn't panic. They got to relax. That was a perfect example of mucking the ball there. That Orangeville didn't pick up the ball because realized it was under 5 seconds on the shot clock. He kind of just straddled it. Shot clock violation. Flip Orangeville ball. Very smart. 5
more seconds off the power play clock. Great shot there by the WeTV camera as they try and explain their case. Shane Hillis and Liam LeClaire have a little chit-chat with the
I'm not too
The
sure
official?
why we just don't leave Junie and the rest of the mop-up crew kind of in the corners and just don't let them hit each other, just so they can mop up like basketball. As soon as they leave the zone in basketball, guys are out there mopping,
Get out there, yep.
and off. It's going to happen every single time somebody hits the floor right now, to be honest with you. 7-7, 9:15 left to go in the season. We'll just flat out say in the season. So.
Well, Clippers are looking for Game 5 back in Orangeville. Orangeville would like to end things here at the Forest Street Arena tonight and get a little bit of a break. And but the winner of this series goes on to play the Clarington Green Gales as they finished off the Oakville team.
Oakville Buzz, Brad MacArthur has his Clarington team playing well. They won Game 5.
Quick shot there, a little off his game there, but Kyle Waters tried to go the other way up and over the left shoulder. Wasn't able to stuff it in. Under 9 minutes to play. The Clippers on the power play. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Passing around. Just not as sharp as they need to be.
Not at all. And it's just I do not understand that. You know what? The coach has got to say, hey, how about we put out a different 5 guys on offense because the other 5 guys just got done blowing that power play opportunity by dropping the ball, by throwing the ball away, by not catching the ball.
As a coach, I've done that.
And there's a penalty. So he drives in there. We got a holding penalty. Orangeville's back to the defense, back to the power play. I think that's a good call. Windsor bench is upset. I think he wrapped both arms around him. And I said earlier, as soon as you take your second hand off the stick, it's an easy call for the officials.
Yeah, you can't miss that as Phil Rostowski sits and gives his head a shake as the coaching staff are wondering, what do we do now?
They just wonder why. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, why?
8:23 to play, all tied up at 7.
Yep.
Looking to move on to play for the league championship. Windsor Clippers, Orangeville Northmen. Northmen on the power play. Passing the ball around, nice cutoff there. Looking for the fast break on shorthanded as the Clippers knock it down. That's Patrick Kaschak. Doing a great job.
Well, even if he didn't catch it, which is fine, he still burned off some time, and the ball's down here, right?
Riley Thompson working his way in. Getting the horseshoe set up. Ball comes back, passing it around. Waters to Thompson, back to Waters. Waters gets a shot, wide of the net, reset the clock. Goes off the equipment of Braden Bell. Waters back again, back to Thompson. Thompson fakes a shot, puts in Waters' stick. Waters gets it back. Thompson gets a quick shot off the end boards. It bounces out.
15 seconds on the shot clock.
That's going to go all the way back down as Daniel Tanner comes out and plays it.
8, 7, 6.
Gets it back up.
5.
To Riley Thompson. 51 seconds on the power play. Kyle Waters taking a second cut at that ball. Tries to get one up and over. Good shot. Greater save by Braden Bell. And back the other way come the Clippers. Kaschak with the ball. In the zone, waiting for the troops to catch up.
He get that with his stick? I think he might have got that with his stick.
Andrew Garant across the line. In. Running around, takes a check off the end boards, keeps the ball.
Ham's got an engine that never stops, Andrew Garant. He usually takes a 6-7 minute shift, go off for 30 seconds and comes back on.
Great defensive moves as he passes it out.
This is another one, James Morgan, just like a jitterbug like Barry Sanders. 3 seconds, there's a big kill. That's a big kill for Windsor late in this game. Still tied at 7s.
Logan Holmes.
Noah Bushnell with the ball.
Bush, good second effort. Passes around. Into the corner.
Why do we throw the ball away like that, willy-nilly? We have not too sure why we're tossing the ball away like that, Mark.
Back the other way, Ty Mikulik. Gains his own, drops it back. Riley Thompson. 5-on-5 lacrosse as the Northmen have possession. Kyle Waters fakes the shot, steps in, takes the check, gets pushed out. Hacked down, the ball comes loose into the corner, and the Northmen come up with it. Quick shot, Reset.
Late on the 30, right? Just like Logan scored. That's why you never got to give up on them shot clocks as a goaltender.
David Falavo gets it up. Wholesale change.
I had a little run-in with, it's kind of totally off topic, but Ty Mikulik's dad's got a mullet.
Pushed into the end boards, Chase Kavanaugh. He's got a goal tonight, and he's got the ball. Around he comes, being mindful of the crease, passes it around into the corner, and bouncing it out all the way down.
Again, when you generate shots from that low down, from that kind of an angle, if you don't hit the net, the ball bounces all the way around, either goes out of bounds or it's a free ball for Orangeville with a reset. 5 minutes to go in the season. 5 minutes in Clippers season. Tied 7-7.
Looking to extend it at least one game. Miscue there. Clippers trying to come up with it. Brendan Wallace.
Eat it, eat it, eat it. There we go. See, that was very smart. He's going to pull back out, get the guys that are on offensive players back out here. That was a great defensive effort by Slim.
Lots of time on the clock, 15 seconds to play. Offense is back out. Andrew Garant, Logan Holmes. Taking the chop, paying the price. Bounce pass in, up into the bench of the Orangeville Northmen.
We're feeling pressure for some odd reason, and now we're going to blow the whistle down to get wipe job again from the other end of the floor. It just boggles me why we don't, when Slim turned back and slowed the game down, why didn't you whistle it down then? Why are you slowing down the game on a transition play? I don't understand that. But hey, again, that's why they're on board and other people aren't.
As you see, our two young floor moppers doing a great job here, keeping everything in shape here at Forest Glade Arena. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in Game 4 of the Western Conference Final. Game 5, if necessary, is Sunday in Orangeville.
Tuesday.
You're watching Windsor Clippers hockey.
Tuesday.
Lacrosse. What did I say?
You said Sunday, Tuesday night.
All right, Tuesday
night, August 2nd, 8 o'clock at Alder Street Arena.
This is Sunday.
Yes, if the Clippers can come back. We're still tied at 7s.
Kyle Waters hands it off. Big shot there. Braden Bell stands tall. Ball bouncing. Unable to grab it. A little shovel back to the line. And the Northmen come in. Mike Sutton.
Another save right
off
there.
Off the end boards. Bounce it back out. Sutton looking to retrieve. Northman with the ball. Kyle Waters hands it off. Riley Thompson. Stutter step.
At the end of the
shoots
period,
it down.
go down to the floor with Steve. We'll do an interview with you down there, okay?
Oh, okay.
Why?
Northman circling around. Shovel out front. Quick shot there. Wide of the net. That's Malcolm Young.
I'm not sure where that ball went. It went right up inside. Right up into the roof. I'm not sure even that was a shot on goal. If it was, we're at 53 shots for Orangeville, so we are down to what, 3 minutes to go in the Clippers season, 7-7. I don't know if we want to go to 10-minute overtime period again, but hey, we gotta.
There we go.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Being molested by Ben Anion.
Being molested, getting the stick up in his face. He had the delayed penalty coming up and he fell down and scored. That's Bushy's second goal.
Ben Anion getting some rare floor time as he comes out and he's molesting his player. And a great, great extra effort by the Clippers as he puts one past Daniel Tanner. As they go up 8-7 with just over 3 minutes to play here at Forest Glade Arena. And the crowd has got lots to cheer about now, Jim Bell.
8-7, but it's a one-shot game, and we got to try to stem the tide here. So we got to relax. Orangeville's going to come pressing. I just watched Bruce Codd. He's got his troops rolling. He says, boys, let's go, let's go, let's go. We don't want to go back to Orangeville.
Yeah, ease up on those sticks. Hold it like a tube of toothpaste.
That's Bushy's second goal today, and that's incredible. It just got inserted into the lineup.
Well, he learned the lesson for taking that, what you deemed a stupid penalty earlier in the game.
It was.
And now he's brought his team back from oblivion with 2 goals here in the game. Another chop, back pass out front. Can't quite control it as it rolls down.
That would be Noah Bushnell going back to his hockey sense, the fourth liner for the Sting. He's got a little bit of a chip shot there. I'm not too sure why the clock's not moving. Well,
the 30-second clock is moving, and they blow the whistle.
Wow.
They realize that that's going on. There has to be
we're still at 2:29 for the whole session going down the floor.
Got to be 20 seconds pull off that clock at least.
And we can't even yell at the person in the clock because you know what? This is Windsor's home, so it's our home clock. You would think that.
The WeTV clock shows 2 minutes 26 seconds. They've reset the game clock to 2:21.
It better be more than 2:21. It stopped at 2:29 for the longest time.
I would think so, but it looks like that's where they've got it resolved to. The McDonald and Sutcliffe are making their way to the benches, just verifying what had happened.
I looked up to give you the time off of the clock, and it was at 2:29, and they took the ball all the way down the floor and almost generated a shot.
And Sutcliffe is just setting things up with the official timekeeper. It looks like that's where they're going to leave it.
You know what's interesting? I don't want to say anything bad about her in the clock, but every time there's an exciting thing that happens this year, she seems to forget to press the button. One time she didn't hear the whistle, but that's okay.
Well, we all get caught watching the game from time to time.
Got to throw some.
And there we go.
There we go. We're bringing it down where it's supposed to go.
Down where it's supposed to be.
We got to throw some love for Jackie Jameson.
Probably more like 2:05 where it should be, but they've settled on 2:14. So
I honestly think there's 35 seconds left. That we got to go down to 35 seconds. That's just me. That's just me.
Jim, you're being a homer.
No, I don't want to. Yes. You know what? Yes, I guess that was
all right.
a homer comment.
The Clippers sticks are banging. They're making noise.
Call me Mickey Redmond.
All right. Okay, Mickey.
Okay. Dave Strader.
A big chop.
Liam LeClaire
and
with
the
a steal.
Clippers are looking. Possession is everything right now. Liam LeClaire doing what he does well, getting to the line, gaining possession, shoveling it back.
Now I don't mind this taking their time a little bit, right? They're going to kill it down.
15 seconds on the shot clock.
Yes. More importantly, 1:45 on the game clock.
So we're going to keep an eye on Daniel Tanner to see when he heads for the bench.
It will be this next possession for Orangeville.
Quick out front. Quick shot up and over. Tanner makes the save and shovels it ahead.
Bruce Coy looking down at his bench, at his goaltender. He's waiting. I think they've already said probably about a minute he's coming out. We got 1 minute and 20 seconds to go.
The Northmen set up in Clipper zone.
They do such a
good
good double
steal. 5 on 5. Great push there by James Morgan as he keeps him outside. Oh no. Riley Thompson steps into one, and Braden Bell with a big save.
Yep. That was a huge save in tight for the defense.
Was. Riley Thompson found the lane, and he was pushing hard to the net.
Too many men for Orangeville. Too many men for, nope, sorry, just jumped off.
Daniel Tanner still on the floor.
We're at 53 seconds.
As the Clippers control the ball. Tried to get the fast break. Good D, couldn't get a stick on it.
There goes Daniel.
Nice pick and roll. Daniel Tanner's heading his way to the bench. We got a whistle.
We got a timeout, Orangeville. 42 seconds left. Wow.
Well, Jim, the Windsor Clippers are up 1.
If there's a game 5, are we taking WeTV to Orangeville?
I wish we could, but Orangeville has the trump on that, and we'd have to check with Mr. Dominic Papa. I don't know that that's going to happen, but the fans can sure cheer on their Windsor Clippers as they head to Orangeville. And here's game 5, if necessary, and 42 seconds to go.
Yes.
And it's looking likely the Windsor Clippers are likely going to travel to Orangeville and take on the Northmen to settle the West Division final at the Alder Street Recreation Center in the Ontario Junior B lacrosse.
You know what, a creed I've always lived by, and you know, it's easier to ask for forgiveness and permission. Let's just take the truck.
Take the
and
truck.
If Dom notices, he notices. Okay?
There you see Bruce Codd giving his final instructions to his troops. And Barry Garant doing the same thing, making sure that they know what to do with possession and know what to do without possession.
This is still key because you got to remember it's a long change for Orangeville to get the guy off if Windsor does get the ball. And remember, too many men penalty in the last 2 minutes of the game is an automatic penalty shot.
So the Northmen with the ball. Malcolm Young gets down low. Nice stick in the lane there by David Falavo. Chopped down is Zach Deacon. Scramble in the corner, and the Clippers come up with the ball. Nice push ahead there by James Morgan. He gives it up at the blue line.
18 seconds.
Malcolm Young shoveling it across. It's out front. They're digging for it. And the Clippers come up with it.
Timeout. 7 seconds to go. 7 seconds to go.
Nice possession there
Timeout
by Liam LeClaire. And you see Braden Bell rallying the troops, getting the crowd into this.
Fired up for game 5. 7 seconds.
The crowd is into this. They're looking for game 5. They're cheering on their Windsor Clippers. Forest Lake Arena.
Shots are 51-31. Or 55-31 for Orangeville. 55-31. 7 seconds to go to game 5.
There you see the referees explaining the situation to the Windsor Clippers.
And what's really
and the
key
Orangeville
here,
Northmen.
if you notice, Mark, you're going to see 2 Windsor Clippers come down the floor. Right now, Patch is down the floor, so that's automatic. You're going to bring one of the Orangeville Northmen out of the zone, right? I've done this before. I pulled my own goalie when I've been up by 1 and spread everybody out because you can't cover everybody. It's worked for me, and it's also burned me. All they got to do is give the ball to Braden. He said 5 seconds in the crease. He steps out behind. We're done.
Clippers ball. Logan Holmes.
There's the game. Going to game 5.
And there we go. There you see Braden Bell doing the fist pump as he congratulates his teammates there in the crease. There's a fan with a high five, and the crowd is enjoying this immensely. Jim Bell, the Windsor Clippers, found a way.
They did. It's interesting what's going on the floor here because Orangeville ran right over the referee complaining about something. I'm not too sure what he can change after the
Patrick
game.
Koschak is down there trying to quell the situation, but the score is what it is. 8-7, the Orangeville Northmen fall to the Windsor Clippers in game 4. This has been an awesome game, and you see the referee shake hands with Barry Garant. We've got Steve Horn down on the floor. He's trying to garner up Jerry Kavanaugh as they go over and have a little chit-chat with the referees, a little handshake there. As you see the Clippers come off, shaking their hands, giving the high fives as Bruce Codd has to go back into his room and wonder, what do we do in game 5 now? We came here, we took it to Windsor, and they still found a way.
The biggest,
One goal.
The biggest thing you got to understand is Windsor Clippers haven't been able to put together 60 minutes up in Orangeville. They've been up there, they've got 40 minutes, they've gotten 45 minutes. They haven't been able to put together a full 60. Now they got that opportunity to have a full 60.
This has been a home-and-home series. Windsor has won 2 games in Windsor. Orangeville has won 2 games in Orangeville, and we need to break the backs. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, Steve Pronger is down on the floor with Jerry Kavanaugh. You're watching Windsor Clippers Lacrosse on WeTV.
It's new, it's fresh, it's innovative, it's WeTV, Windsor Essex Television, and you can watch it anywhere. www.we-tv.ca is the place to be. If it's sports, entertainment, or community events, WeTV has what you're looking for. The people, places, and faces of our community are front and center on WeTV. Check out www.we-tv.ca for what's being webcast live. WeTV, we got you covered.
Welcome back to WeTV's broadcast of Windsor Clippers Playoff Lacrosse. Coming to you live from the Forest Glade Arena, I'm Steve Pronger, and joining me after this great victory is head coach of the Windsor Clippers, Jerry Kavanaugh. Jerry, what a game. Wow. Fan-friendly game. Give us your thoughts, your impressions of that great win.
Yeah, we got the start that we wanted. Pretty solid first period. Second period kind of got away from us a little bit, but we knew we got a late one in the second to cut it to 1, and we're pretty comfortable coming into some third periods. Tied or down by a goal. We've been able to run teams down a little bit in the third period, and our offense gets hot, and our defense and Beller just kind of lock it down. So I'm comfortable.
Yeah, from what we see up in the stands while the games are going on, the Windsor Clippers never say die. They seem like the comeback kids. Had the lead a number of times. it's an extraordinary thing to watch. What are you putting in their juice or in the water to keep getting this from them?
Yeah, you know, we feel like we're never out of a game. You know, with any lacrosse game, you know, 2, 3, 4 goals. That's a few minutes of work if you want to put the effort in. But yeah, you know, hats off to those guys. I mean, it starts with the captain. You see, he just refuses to die, and you know, it comes right through the bench like that. But yeah, I mean, hats off to the boys for putting in the hard work there at the end.
You've won 2 home games. Of course, you got to go down the road for game number 5 and win in their building. What's the thought process? Going to be like to get your guys to think that way, that they can do that in their building?
It's going to be the same as tonight. We got to have a good first period, so we're either tied or you know, within a goal or two there. You know, I think we got first period last game up there. We're down 4-1 after the first. It's just too big a hole to climb out of. You know, we did end up tying it, but we ran out of gas a little bit. But yeah, that's the key. We're gonna have a good start. I think we're in good shape. As the game goes on, we've been able to take most of the last 3 games. I think we've been better in the second and third period. So solid first period. If we have that, I think we're going to be in good shape there. And yeah, I mean, do or die for everybody now, right?
Well, Jerry, we wish you the best going down the road for Game 5. Thank you very much for spending this time. I'm sure you got some excitement in the dressing room to go to. This is Jerry Kavanagh, head coach of the Windsor Clippers. And with more now, we'll send it back to Mark.
Thanks, Steve. First period was pretty good. Second period was sloppy. Third period was strong for the Windsor Clippers, Jim.
Well, they just didn't want to take it to overtime, right? They didn't want to put that in overtime, give 10 more minutes.
But how about Logan Holmes? That
captain,
goal from the end, that was just amazing goal.
21-year-old, he's been focused ever since the winter tryouts, winter workout they did all through January and February. So, you know what? He doesn't want it this season to end for him.
Windsor Clippers 8, the Orangeville Northmen 7. We got a Game 5. It's going to wrap it all up in Orangeville to see who goes on to play the Clarington Green Gales.
Yes, Brad MacArthur's going to be watching that game on Tuesday night, realizing who his team's going to face up against. So whatever team comes out with 60 minutes, there we go.
Keep back and checking with we-tv.ca to see what happens and whether the Windsor Clippers go on, because we'd like to bring more Windsor Clippers lacrosse.
Last time we said that, we brought back this game. So
that's it. So fans, thank you for being here, Jim Bell.
Thank you, sir.
For everybody here at WeTV, my name is Mark Knight. Have a great night, and we'll hope to see you soon.
It's new, it's fresh, it's innovative, it's WeTV, Windsor Essex Television, and you can watch it anywhere. www.we-tv.ca is the place to be. If it's sports, entertainment, or community events, WeTV has what you're looking for. The people, places, and faces of our community are front and center on WeTV. Check out www.we-tv.ca for what's being webcast live. WeTV, we got you covered.